Hello, my name is Troy. I am the owner of Loss Analytics, Inc. We have been in business for over 50 years, helping people at their time of crisis after a loss. Your loss solution specialist that's there with you now has impressed upon you the importance of this education and this information that we have to share with you with no obligation. Our goal here today is simply to educate you so that you can make the right decisions for your family. In fact, we feel very strongly that anybody that is trying to push you in one direction or another at this early time in this stage of this process must have an ulterior motive. We feel like this education will keep you from being taken advantage of by a contractor, by a public adjuster, by even your own insurance company. We feel that with this education, you can make all the right decisions for your family. When we're done with this brief presentation, your loss solution specialist will be able to answer questions for you on anything that is of particular interest that we go over throughout this process. What I'm going to share with you today is an understanding of your insurance company's strategy, their role and goals, and what they're all about throughout this process. I'm going to go over the dangers that you need to be aware of. These dangers have to be addressed by somebody, and at this point, you're all alone. So I'm going to go over those dangers with you, but I'm also going to show you some solutions that will protect your home, your family, and your finances for the future. The first thing to understand is that your insurance agent sold you your policy, and that was his role. He's in sales, but he is not the person that you will be dealing with throughout this claim. It is very important for you to understand that even though he may be your best friend, you might have known him for years, he has nothing to do with your process of your claim. The insurance company will send out, instead of an agent, the insurance company will send out an insurance adjuster. This adjuster is the quarterback, so to speak, for the insurance company. It's very important for you to understand that you have the right to have your own insurance adjuster, not only the one that the insurance company sends out. You have the right to have your own claims adjuster, somebody that'll be your quarterback. You do not have to go along with the insurance company's adjuster blindly. In the insurance industry, laws have been passed that are not to your benefit. Basically, a law was passed back in 1944 that made the states responsible for the insurance laws. And the bottom line here is that the states just don't have the money to fight the insurance companies and monitor them properly. Make no mistake, insurance companies are big business. They're the biggest business in the world with huge assets, and their job is to make money for their stockholders. So make no mistake, they are in the business to make money. But the insurance companies do have a legal obligation to handle your claim properly. If they breach that obligation, there are options to you and of how to handle an insurance company that you disagree with or that you feel like is not treating you properly. Unfortunately, many times the insurance company's main goal is to dispute, delay, and deny claims. Dispute, they ask for all kind of information that just nitpicks the claim. They ask you to provide things that they're not entitled to, but if you provide them, then they've got them. They ask you to clarify, and they just run you crazy with details. Another thing they do is they delay. They don't actually deny your claim, they just delay, hoping that you'll just give up. And then sometimes they do actually deny a claim that they shouldn't be denying. And this is their tactic. Unfortunately, again, it's big business. And this isn't just me telling you this. On each one of these slides, there are source documents that show where this information came from. And when we're done, your loss solution specialist will give you a copy of this presentation so that you can study it, look into it, and understand it. It's unfortunate, but insurance companies commonly are found to refuse to pay market prices. They try to set the prices using computer programs for how much they're going to pay rather than the local economy deciding how much they're going to pay. They make changes to your policy without you even understanding it. They've even been caught ignoring and altering engineering reports. They've also been caught asking their adjusters to lie to the customers. There's one thing for sure, and that's if you have your own advocate, they will treat you differently. Insurance companies know that if they continue to deny and dispute things, that 12% of all claims will go away. People will just give up because they get tired of fighting the big bad insurance company. One of the simple strategies that will help you with your claim is to understand your policy. The problem with this is that the policy is very complicated. It has been litigated over and over and over again. And you not only need to know what the policy says, but you need to know what the laws and the courts have ruled as to what the policy really means. So the first danger that I'm going to go over with you is, again, somebody has to know your policy. Are you qualified to do that? I don't know. But somebody has to totally understand your policy so that you can be treated properly and get what you deserve. The second danger is that after a loss, you have responsibilities. If you don't do these responsibilities properly, your claim can be denied. You've got to find temporary housing. The temporary housing that you're entitled to is to put you back exactly like you were. In other words, the simple way to look at it is if you had a big screen TV, then you're entitled to a big screen TV. If you had a swimming pool, you're entitled to a swimming pool at the house you're going to stay at temporarily. A fenced-in backyard so your animals can be with you, you're entitled to find a house like that. Somebody needs to help you with this so that you get the proper home. Because let's face it, even if you go stay at a hotel, which is fine for a few days, but after that, if you're going to be out of your house for 2 or 3 or 4 months, you need to be comfortable. You need to be happy so that you can get on with your life and move back into your new home when it's completely done and rebuilt. Somebody has to do loss mitigation. What that means is you've got a responsibility to the insurance company to make sure that the house does not get any more damaged than it already is. So it may include putting a tarp over the roof if there's holes in the roof. It could include closing up doors and windows that the firemen have broken out. It's called mitigating your loss, and you're required to do this, otherwise your claim can be denied. Danger number 4 is that somebody has to do a complete structural and health risk analysis. In other words, somebody's got to prepare an estimate for all the damages. But it can't just be anybody. It's got to be somebody that's there looking out after your interest, somebody that's going to pay attention to what is important to you, not somebody that's going to try and save the insurance company every penny they can save them. Somebody has to do the structural analysis and also a health risk analysis. Step number 5 is that somebody has to do a personal property loss assessment. That means list every single thing damaged in your home and everything that needs to be cleaned in your home. So in other words, every piece of paper, every t-shirt, every pair of blue jeans, every tie, every pencil that's in a drawer. Somebody has to do this inventory. Do you really have time to do that? Or do you need help with that? Danger number 6. Once all these numbers are put together, somebody has to understand how to negotiate with the insurance company. Now, some people are good hagglers and negotiators, and some people aren't. It's impossible for you to be a good negotiator on your insurance claim unless you understand fully what the insurance company must pay you. If you don't understand totally what you're entitled to, then it's impossible for you to do a good job negotiating. So this is a big item for you. Somebody has to be a good negotiator on your insurance claim. And then once you get the money you're entitled to, now you got to get the work done. How do you go about hiring the right contractor for the right price? This is a big issue. Have you ever built your own home before or commercial building? There are contractors in your area that are good, and there are contractors in your area that are not so good. You need to know the difference. You need to know how to manage this claim and renovation process, how to pay the proper amount and not pay too much. And somebody then has to watch over these guys when they're doing the work until the end of the claim and you move back into your home. So even if you hire a good contractor, somebody has to take the time to manage and watch over that process. So right now, it's you, all by yourself, and you've got all 8 of these things that have to be done on your claim. But there are some solutions. But there are a few things you need to be aware of that are major issues. One of them is contractors. There are many scam artists that are going to stop by to see you. Your fire or loss may have been in the paper. They have sources to tell them about these losses, and just like we do. And they come by, and they may be licensed, they may not be licensed. But if they have been sent out there by the insurance company, if they work with the insurance company, then they are going to charge you way too much for that service. And their loyalty lies with the insurance company. Another major issue is that the insurance company, their primary concern with smoke is just smell. But yet there's many, many other dangers besides just the nuisance of a smell because of the smoke. That smoke that's in your house contains toxic chemicals such as sulfur dioxide, ammonia, nitrogen, hydrogen, chlorine. All of these things cause health risks to you and your family. You need to be aware that every item that burned in your house that put off some form of smoke that smoke has chemicals in it. Even light bulbs that have broken during the fire, they leave mercury in your home. These bulbs break and the mercury is released and it stays in your house for years. There are many, many reports that talk about the dangers of these things that are way beyond just the smell. And you need to be aware of that, and these things need to be addressed so that there's no ongoing danger in your home after you've had your house repaired. Even the plastics and things that are in your house, chemicals that you use for cleaning your house that are perfectly safe in that form, once they catch on fire, they become very, very toxic. Styrene gas, for example, just from plastics, can be very dangerous to you and your family. And they cause all kinds of heart disease and nervous system damage, especially in young people, pregnant ladies, and people with respiratory problems. Your insurance company needs to be made to do the right thing. The picture here that I'm showing you is an average claim file. That's the average size of an average claim. Do you have the ability to put together all these documents? Do you have the ability to respond to everything that the insurance company requires you to respond to? This is a daunting task. And insurance companies regularly impose heavy burdens on policyholders as a way to deny, delay, and just dispute your claim. When it comes to your contractor that you hire, you need to make sure that they're licensed, of course. But you need to understand that the contractors that work with the insurance companies, those contractors charge 40 to 60% gross profit, and you pay for that extra profit. That comes out of your pocket. There's a better way to do that. You need to understand that you do not want to hire that restoration contractor that works for the insurance company. They are not on your side. They are working directly for the insurance company, and you need to understand that. So as a review here, you've got the 8 steps over here that somebody has to do. You're going to have local contractors that come by, and sure, they can help you with a couple of things. They can board up your windows and doors, put a tarp over your roof, and maybe even do the repairs to your house, although it will be at a high price. You're going to have public insurance adjusters that stop by your house and contact you. And those guys can legally handle a few other things to help you out. Somebody has to do all 8 of these things. And the only people that are qualified to do all 8 might be you, or you can bring in a true complete loss solutions company to help you. That loss solutions company will charge a fee. But understand that they will gain you much, much more than they cost you. So that the net result is that you will gain more by having a loss solutions company than if you don't. Their cost will be covered in the total savings that they show you, that they can do for you, and the value that they have for you in this claims process. You want to make sure that your loss solutions company is licensed. Check their references. Talk to some people that they've worked for before. You want to make sure that this loss solutions company has extensive insurance industry expertise. At Loss Analytics Inc., we have been doing this for over 50 years, handling all types of claims. We never work for the insurance company. We always work for the homeowner or business owner. We treat every claim as if it was our own. So with Loss Analytics Inc. in the middle of your claim, instead of you by yourself, Loss Analytics Inc. will help you with all of the 8 steps that you need to do. So again, they will do the policy review with you, make sure that you get the proper temporary living conditions, make sure that your mitigation is done, do a thorough and complete home and health assessment so that you get everything you're entitled to. They will help you with your personal property inventory. They'll even primarily do it for you with you just reviewing it at the end. They are experts at negotiating with the insurance company, and they know the right people and can watch your claim and repairs get done until you move back in. So at this point, you've got a lot of information. But the bottom line is you're still not ready to make a decision. And as I started off by telling you, anybody that's trying to get you to sign a contract at this point must have an ulterior motive. What we want to do for you now is we want to complete a full assessment and analysis of your claim with no obligation. Typically, if you came to us a month from now, we would charge you a lot of money for this service. But one of the ways we give back after somebody's had an immediate loss is that we provide this assessment with no obligation. Your loss solution specialist that's there with you now will ask you to provide some information to him. He will do some research, and he will come back to you in a couple of days with a full assessment and analysis of your claim. He'll tell you about your policy, about your coverages. He'll talk to you about what the insurance company is going to pay you for this claim, and he'll talk to you about what loss solution specialist will obtain for your claim, so that you can see this assessment and know exactly what your claim should yield. He will do this for you again with no obligation. And so a couple of days from now, you'll be prepared and educated to make the decisions that work for your family. But at this moment in time, you're not ready for that. At this moment in time, you need this assessment done in order to move forward. Our guarantee to you is very simple. Our experts will fight for the highest claim settlement possible. Once that settlement is reached, you'll be able to pay Loss Analytics for your service, for their services, and you'll be able to hire a renovation contractor with no out-of-pocket money. You'll even more than likely be able to do those upgrades that you've always wanted to do. And the loss solution specialist will make sure that all the things get done and repaired to your home that should be done. So set up the time with your loss solution specialist for your free assessment and analysis. It'll be done a couple of days from now, and at that time, you'll be ready to make some decisions. Remember, for the next couple of days, you need to educate yourself. Your loss solution specialist will provide you with a copy of this briefing for you to study, learn it, understand what your claim is all about, understand what your responsibilities are. Don't let anybody push you into moving forward until you are ready and you understand. This is one of the largest financial decisions you'll make in your lifetime. Hopefully, your loss solution specialist can answer all your questions. If not, they'll do their best to get the answer for you. We look forward to working with you